I was working as an engineer in a 9 to 5 job in a big company, and I think from the outside, everyone thought she's having a dream life. I had a stable job. Internally, I was so unhappy. I was sad. I felt like I'm lying every day to myself. I felt like, I'm living someone else's life. And the whole environment didn't really fit to me and to my nervous system because the industry was, or the whole environment was very push driven and kind of this hustle energy. When you're young, you think, engineering sounds so cool, let's do it. But I didn't really think about how does it look like? How is the lifestyle and so on? Even though my engineering job was quite intense, I promised myself that I don't want to suppress my creativity anymore because for a long time I had this feeling in my heart that I really want to create. I want to kind of, discover my artistic side. And I loved acting. I was always passionate about acting. So I decided to go to the theater and play theater. And for many years, I felt like I have a double life. During the day, I would go to the office. I would be sometimes also between machines. And in the night, I would be on the stage and I would perform in front of 200 people. And that performing part, being creative, expressing myself in an artistic way, that gave me so much energy. It fulfilled my heart a lot. And I really felt this calling. I need to pursue that artistic side. And I really thought maybe creativity will save me. Maybe that's what I want to do. And maybe that's where I actually get happy, being an artist, being an actor. So I quit my stable 9 to 5 engineering job and I went to the acting industry. I had my first main roles in short films. I was so happy. I was so excited. I got some TV roles, smaller TV roles. I had some commercials. And I really thought, finally, I can do what I love. Finally, it kind of everything resonates with me. I have to say, I also got a lot of rejections because it's a very hard industry. You kind of perform, you do many things for free, you don't get paid for many projects, and you get rejection after rejection after rejection. On top of that, I also was creating content for social media because I thought, I need to be visible as an actress. People need to see me. Maybe I get bigger roles. I was very result oriented. I did these acting clips and I wanted them to go viral. I wanted to be kind of to be seen and validated all the time. It was a gradual process. I noticed that it's not fun anymore. Being creative is not fun at all because it meant to perform all the time. When you put yourself out there on social media, you produce content over and over again. You don't get the result that you expect. You apply for acting jobs over and over again. You get rejections over and over again. And after a while, I just got tired because I had so many, such high expectations and I couldn't meet them. And I finally burned out. I really mean burned out in sense of, not functioning anymore. Grocery shopping, small talks, these all were big thing to me. I was always overwhelmed. I would go grocery shopping, come home, and I would be so exhausted by simple tasks. And what I actually did is to move from the engineering hustle energy to the acting hustle energy. I knew that I needed to be very honest with me, and it took me a while to accept that. but I knew I cannot keep going the way I was. I knew I kind of need to change something. So I had the idea that I want to create a space for myself where I can be creative without performing. I wanted to allow myself to express myself without being result oriented, without numbers, without pressure to sell, without performing all the time. I saw someone of my friends was, doing those one-liners and those one-liner paintings. And I kind of felt like I need to try that too. And I ordered myself ink, one-liner brushes, and paper. And I remember the first time I was doing those one-liner paintings, I was sitting on my table in the kitchen and I was just, doing those movements, just very playful, just for myself. And I think I was sitting there like 2-3 hours without any break because I kind of felt I'm in a trance. And it felt so fulfilling and it kind of felt like a meditation, doing those curvy movements. And with painting, I have the feeling, I can just paint whenever I want. And it's not very performative, like acting. I'm still learning to be creative without turning it into pressure, without performing all the time, and without that, pressure of, it needs to be perfect. On some days I'm good at it, and on some days I'm not. But I think as an artist, it's important that we don't lose that playfulness in creativity. We all kind of started to be creative because it was fun, because it was nice to express ourselves. I really try, to have this mindset that, first I just do it for myself because it's fun, I like it, and I want, to bring my ideas into the 3D. And later on, if I'm happy with it, maybe I can sell it, but that's not the primary goal to me. The primary goal is just to have fun and to be playful. I think it's important as an artist to kind of remind ourselves over and over again that first we need to be, we need to be creative. We need to be first an artist before we sell, to let out, to express ourselves without having this mindset of, will someone like it? Will someone buy it, and so on. I think this is secondary, and I hope that I don't lose the happiness, this, playful, light side of being creative. Thank you very much for watching. And if you're listening right now and it resonates with you, if you feel stressed about performing, about pressure of being creative, I really hope that you remind yourself that we all can take a break, and it doesn't mean the end. We can rest, we are allowed to rest, and we can always come back to creativity. We don't need to give it up. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.